All right, everyone. Well, good morning, evening, and night, wherever you are. Welcome. This is our first AMA, so I do expect several technical issues, but we'll try to work through them as best as we can. And I also do expect this to become quite better organized and run as time does go on. The general format for today's meeting is basically as follows. We're going to do essentially an introduction, a state of dev, some community highlights, and finally get to some questions and answers. We'll be answering questions that you guys might submit through the Menti link that you can find in Telegram as well as here in Twitter. And there you can post any questions that you might have. Also, before posting, please take a look at the questions that have already been asked, as your question may already be posted there, and feel free to upvote that. Also, feel free to upvote any other questions that you might like answered. The system for submitting and voting is probably best moving forward, because this way allows basically the most amount of questions to be asked, as well as the most interested ones to get addressed more likely. And also this way we don't have to deal with the logistical and technical issues of trying to figure out who asked questions, how to get them unmuted, etc. But we will be going through these questions when we do get to the questions and answers section at the end. Again, the link is in the description for the Twitter as well as in our Telegram channel. I also do want to be respectful of people's time and try to keep this meeting to about an hour. So if there are a lot of questions, we'll likely answer only the questions with the most upvotes. But with that out of the way, let us tell you a little bit about ourselves. For anyone who is interested, I do go by H in our Telegram and Discord channels. I do have experience creating and managing businesses, along with running the financials and data analysis of various other companies. Before that, I worked for GE executives, managing projects worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And my schooling is in mechanical engineering and business. And for the project, I mostly help out wherever I can, but especially with the logistics of things. And also on the call today from the dev team is Scaro. Scaro, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so some of you may know me from the community, some of you may not. But pretty much I'm a full-time software engineer. I currently work in the Web 2 world on ERP and payroll software that is used in school districts throughout the United States. Before that, I worked in Web 3 for an NFT company. It was pretty successful and well-known, called Divine Anarchy. Some of you may know a pretty big figure in the space called Luke Belmar. He also created that, and me and a partner pretty much took over it and ran that for 2 years, where I got a lot of experience doing smart contract work, NFT art mixing, and dApp development. And I pretty much found Solama back in February, and I fell in love with the project and pretty much decided to volunteer my time and skills to help it out.
Very cool. We're glad that you're here. Scaro is kind of our technical lead, if you would. He's basically helping us with the website and any technical questions that we might have, like pertaining to setting Discord, maybe NFTs, etc., other projects that we are looking at. We are part of a dev team that is about 40 people strong, each doing their own part to push this forward. Some have real world and valuable experiences running businesses, running corporate financing, managing online marketing agencies, building websites, experience with NFTs, managing socials, and the list goes on. It's quite an eclectic mix, and everyone brings something valuable to the project, even if it's just basically moderating our channels. But again, there's about 40 of us, so this isn't really any one dev or leader running things. This project is really mostly set itself up to be a completely community-run project. And speaking of which, we are always interested in getting more people who are enthusiastic about the project and getting more involved. Really, there's not that much of a barrier to entry to join the dev team as long as you're enthusiastic and you can provide something. So if you are interested in contributing more of your time or experience, please feel free to reach out to one of the Telegram channel moderators or here on Twitter and ask about how you too can become more involved. It's a pretty good group of people overall, and I'm definitely glad I've met most of them. And and also please keep in mind that we're all volunteers here with actual real paying jobs and families and other commitments, including schooling. So development can be slow at times, but with this many people working on it, it is constantly moving forward. And we're trying to set up a weekly dev meeting in which we actually talk about the actions that are going on moving forward. We've been doing that for a few weeks now, and we hope to continue it. And same thing for this AMA. We do plan on continuing this on a regular basis as well, just so that you guys know that there's real people working behind it, as well as, not everybody's going to be in Telegram and whatnot, and let alone able to keep up with everything that's going on. So here we also want to provide you quick updates about what is going on and answer any questions you guys might have. And with that being said, I guess we'll move straight into the state of dev. Now, remember, as we do go along, we will be answering questions that you guys might be submitting with the Menti link at the bottom. So please post any questions and upvote there. But yeah, let's start off with state of dev. I guess starting off, we will go into finances real quick. Basically, the state of dev is going to be talking about stuff over the past couple of weeks, but I do want to bring up the multi-sig wallet, which was created about a month ago. Basically, it's our treasury wallet for the project, for things like marketing, listing, competitions, etc. And all the transactions of voting is transparent. You can see that on the website via links that we post every now and then, and everyone can see everything that takes place: who voted, how they voted, who proposed what, etc. It's also a 4-7 voting system, so we need a majority of 7 people to vote on any transaction to take place. Everybody who is on the voting team is part of the dev team. And so basically, if anything were to happen, a majority of people have to agree to it. Myself and Scaro are members of the voting team, as well as our lead marketer, Alexander, as well as a few other people who help out or have a large holding. The treasury currently has about $70,000 in it, or about worth of capital in it, most of which will be used for the remainder of expenses for the upcoming listing that we have planned. But we will also be able to get most of that money back that we will be submitting to the exchange if we do want or need to in the future. Most of the funds for the past month have been provided by a friendly whale who knows that every 5% of his holdings that he puts in, he will easily see back 100% increase of his holdings. So it's a no-brainer for him to contribute to this wallet, because he knows the more he contributes, the bigger and better listings we get and the quicker our marketing efforts go. So that's the marketing wallet. Also, I will update you for something that's been in place for several months. We do have a merch store. I know a lot of people don't realize it because we also don't push it very much. Just so you know, right now it is not yet profitable. That's mostly because selling physical products has very low gross margins, and especially when you're not actively marketing it or really working on making it profitable. This is one area that we do plan on dedicating some time to soon, but also adjusting the profit sharing, where the profit goes directly to the project treasury instead of being distributed as is originally planned. The way it is now, we would basically spend a lot of time and money sending very little to basically all the applicable DEX holders of the project, whereas treasury money can be more spent effectively and have a greater impact on the project and not penalize DEX holders. So people who are not on the DEX, which has a growing number of people as we now get on more and more DEXs, we don't want to penalize them for not being on the DEX. So this benefits basically all the holders, as well as it benefits the project more directly by changing how the distribution of profits goes. We will try to continue to update you guys on the financials of the wallet, as well as the merch store, as well as any other large projects that we have coming down the pipeline. So now back to the past couple of weeks. I guess we'll start off with the website. Scaro, did you want to talk about the website since you're leading that, or would you like me to continue?
Yeah, I can talk about it real quick. So yeah, we acquired the solama.com domain to be a little bit more professional, and we've migrated the website to use that domain now. We still have control of the .vip domain, so even if you were to go to that domain, it would just redirect you to solama.com. And the website was also originally created on the WordPress platform. It's very popular. A lot of you are probably aware of it. But it's pretty inflexible, and it can be hard to kind of add certain features, such as like the Jupyter swap. So I pretty much recreated the website and custom coded it in Next.js and React, which anyone who's aware of web development, that's kind of like the standard. And that pretty much just made it more flexible to add the new Jupyter swap feature that we added, where you can connect your wallet and buy Solama directly on the website. We also added some pretty cool features like the coin market cap widget, where you can kind of see token price and market cap and some other token information. And then we also added a partner section to kind of showcase some of the different centralized exchanges that we're partnered with. But just in general, this website rewrite just allows for more flexibility to kind of add things into the future, and just kind of help facilitate the growth of Solana on this website. Can't remember if we had any other notes on that. Those are kind of like the two kind of big things for website.
Perfect, thank you. And one of the other things that we do plan on doing for the website is we will be revamping the black paper that's on it, as the project has changed considerably since January. And we do plan on actually putting in a long-term roadmap for the project so that people have a better idea of what our purpose is, as well as what our end goal is for the project, as well as a whole bunch of other improvements that we have coming down the pike. As for marketing, we currently are in the middle of a marketing strategy that basically the marketing has just started coming out and should go out over the next several days, leading up to and maybe even after our next listing. Some of the websites that have showcased us so far is Bitcoin.com, Coinpedia, Crypto Daily, as well as a whole bunch of other ones, and we also have a lot more on the way. We can already see that the number of people following us on CMC, CoinMarketCap, and CoinGecko have increased substantially in the last few days. So whenever this does start pumping, many of them will likely FOMO in, likely similar to the last major pump we had after marketing and listings were announced. And also BTC and Sol were pumping at the time. So hopefully the same thing can happen again. We'll see. In the ways of partnerships, we've recently, in the past 2 weeks, partnered with Whale Insider and Crypto Gems for marketing. These two organizations will help us spread the news of Solama to roughly 500,000 different followers. We've also renewed our partnership with Gotbit and their market maker for support in listings and helping us get onto additional listings. And also, we do have a partnership lined up with Acid Dash. Really, we just need to send the last bit of funds, and we're good to go with them. And we're basically timing that right now to start probably around the same time as our upcoming listing. As for listings, we are under 4 months old still, and we've already been listed on 7 different centralized exchanges, including Vexy and Bitmart, whereas our next listing exchange is BeingX, which is slated to go live sometime on May 7th, which is roughly 10 days from now. You can find the details of this listing both on BeingX and soon to be on our website. And we are also currently in discussions with a handful of other exchanges about listing with them as well, and we'll keep everybody updated as we progress. But fair warning, I will let you know that we don't expect any news on this front until about middle of May or maybe later at the earliest, because these things typically do take time, especially with the negotiations and raising the appropriate funds. But yeah, overall, we are becoming a lot more organized as a project over the past several weeks. We're staying decentralized and being community driven, but we have set up a team Discord server, with topic specific channels, a Trello board. And we're working on getting up shared drives and folders and starting to share information a little bit more efficiently between our team members and get more of an organization and structure as we move forward. But that's basically the general state of dev over the past 2 weeks. And we'll continue to try to keep you guys informed as we move forward. Next up, since we are a community-driven project, we would like to spend some time to highlight some of the individuals that have either recently won a competition or gone above and beyond, over the past week or two. As many of you may be aware, we did have a meme contest last week and asked the community to vote with their impressions, thumbs upping and whatnot. And I would like to thank @Karma44631091 Karma for the contributions during that contest. Not only did they put out literally hundreds of memes, many of them were top notch and could have easily won first, second, and third place. But we agreed that we should probably spread the love a little bit, and each person can only win once. He's the guy who, if you have been on our socials, made the deal with Pump meme, which isn't so PG, but amazing, along with the Matrix and many others that you've probably seen. So again, congratulations to Karma. Very well deserved first place. Second place went to 010N50, also known as Moon. He also generated some really good memes, especially the Lion King meme. And third place went to Murajo. They also put out some really good memes, and especially the Phantom Wallet themed SOLAMA. Thank you to everyone else who did submit memes. It was very hard trying to pick out the top 3 winners. Just most of them were just so phenomenal and gave us a good chuckle. But again, thank you very much. It was great to see what the Telegram channel and Twitter was just full of memes for several days. It was fantastic. We also did put together a few other Twitter engagement competitions recently, which were mostly random. So as long as you followed the rules, you had a chance of being selected. So for that, congratulations to Crypto Guy, Samuel Ozone, Button, and Miluku. Thank you very much for your support and participating in the competitions. Each one of these individuals either won some SOLAMA or some SOL, I think to the tune of about 100,000 SOLAMA over the past couple of weeks. And this was raised from the community to support this because it was just such an awesome event. And speaking of prizes, I would like Roken to announce another winner today. Roken, can you please announce the winner?
Yes, of course. And I found out a winner is Samuel, and I write you a DM in a few minutes for SOL address.
All right, thank you, Roken. We'll hopefully get that out to the winner here shortly. I also do want to give out a special shout out to you, Roken. You really have, over the past couple of weeks, you really have stepped up with moderating the Telegram, the Twitter, running these competitions. It's been relentless. I mean, these competitions were even your idea to begin with, and you've handled them like a machine. Like, literally, I don't know if you've slept for the past few weeks. Like, you've really been running like a machine, and I really want to say thank you for going above and beyond. We're fortunate to have you here in our community, and we hope you stay for a long time.
Yeah, thank you. Of course, I stay forever. I love SOLAMA, so I am working hard for this project.
Perfect. Well, again, I hope you stay here and you stay working hard. Well, I guess now is a good time to go into the questions and answers portion of the AMA. As a reminder, all of these questions were submitted and voted by participants using the link in the Telegram and Twitter. If you have not posted your question or uploaded any, please do so as we go through them. So I'll start off with the questions that have the highest upvotes, and we'll just go down from there. Also, Scario and Roken, feel free to jump in if you guys want. The first question is, let me go to the platform here. Is possible SOLAMA hit $1? Well, yes. I think it actually is. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a hopeful moon boy or anything. When you do consider our supply is only about 650 million tokens, all it takes is a market cap of about 650 million, which is a little bit above where Book of Meme and Cat is in a dog world is right now. But you also have to consider the BTC super cycle. It hasn't really even started yet. And it doesn't normally start until about 6 minutes after the halving event, which took place only a week ago. And with the addition of rooms and, which has been really profitable for BTC miners, and thus that reduces their selling pressure. In addition to the ETFs being approved in the US in January, which has increased buying pressure, we really haven't seen the same trends of the past cycles play out yet. Rather, it's kind of setting itself to be a little bit more bullish than in previous cycles. So I currently am suspecting the super cycle to actually start sometime in summer rather than in late autumn. But typically, looking at that, BTC is probably going to go close to $200,000, $250,000, which is a good 3 to 4x gain. And then, in previous cycles, if you look at the previous cycles, profit takers generally would rotate from Bitcoin into altcoins such as Ethereum and Solana. And I think based off of various expectations I've seen, Solana is expected to go to, I believe, $500 to $1,000 this cycle. And given the link between SOLAMA and Solana, just going to those levels would automatically make Solama worth 20 cents right there and then. So assuming nothing, absolutely nothing happens in the ways of capital rotating into memes of this project or even working on Solama, it's basically going to go to 20 cents, assuming that, Solana goes up as well, which it very much will likely do during this cycle. But even given all that, memes generally pump harder than alts during both, BTC runs. And so, the fact that we've got really talented developers on this team, really dedicated, we're in a unique position because most other memes are dogs, frogs, cats. The capital won't be as diluted going into Solama versus like into a dog meme. And I mean, who doesn't love llamas? They're hilarious. Our name alone is a good meme of the name Solana. I mean, which itself is basically the world of memes. We're just set up so well that I expect a lot of capital to really rotate into Solana during the next cycle. So do I believe it's going to be $1? Yeah, totally. I totally believe that's going to happen. But now, is it going to happen tomorrow? No. Is it going to happen next month? No. But within a year, yeah, I can totally see $1. And if you think about the returns, that's a 4,000% return on your investment in a year. Sol will likely get about a 600% return on investment. BTC about 300%, and the stock market is about 15%. I know where I want to be. The only question is, do you? Did you guys want to add anything to that, Scaro or Roken?
No, I think you put that beautifully, and I completely agree. I think this cycle is not the same as last cycles. We have ETFs. I think starting on Tuesday, Hong Kong is now going to be trading ETFs. Just in general, this cycle is a lot different. There's a lot more support from the kind of institutions. And now with the halving behind us, I think the future is looking very bright.
Yeah, long term, definitely. If you look at the day-to-day chart, I mean, crypto in general is just more volatile of an investment. I mean, people in the stock market would be happy for a 15% rate of return in a year. Hell, crypto will go up 15% in a day, down 15% in a day. It's best not to look at it on a day-to-day basis, but long term, yeah, $1, I can definitely see that. Next question we have is any utility plan for the token? Scar, did you want to talk about this at all, or you want me to take a crack?
Well, do we want to talk about what we talked about today?
I'll let you start and I'll fill in any gaps. How's that?
Okay. So an idea that was kind of brought up in the past was creating a Telegram trending bot, and this kind of got put to the side and ignored for a period of time. But this is something that we're kind of revisiting, kind of building out some pretty much a meme trending Telegram bot, and then the profits that would get generated from that would go towards Solama for marketing, for continued sex listings, and just overall the growth of the project. Because as a project that we don't have any taxes, we don't really generate any significant revenue. We're always looking for ways to kind of generate revenue for the project where we don't have to fully depend on the community for donations.
Yeah, elaborating on that, again, at the end of the day, this is a meme coin that, Scar mentioned, there is no tax, the supply has been fully distributed. So any utility would likely have to be community or perk driven. So, rather than financially driven. So we are looking at doing something with NFTs. And so based off of how much Solama you might hold, depends on if you get the NFT, and the NFT then itself has some utility that we're currently talking about. And some of the other things that we are thinking about possibly doing is also making ways to stake tokens, not Solama, again, because the whole thing is distributed, but possibly make it easier for people to stake Solana. But again, these are all ideas right now, right? As of right now, there is currently no utility for the token. Again, it is a meme token. But we are looking at ways to change that in the future, hopefully provide some utility and real world value aside from just being a community token and speculative investment. Next question we've got is the current state of the dev. Well, current state of dev we've already talked about, but we also did touch upon that there isn't also one dev either. For this project, there's about, again, 40 of us actively working on the project, and many of us have very real world experience in working on other things and working on this community project. So, we even consider basically everyone in Telegram and Twitter to be a dev, essentially, because you all are helping to develop the community and culture of this project. Again, there's 40 people who are much more involved than the rest, but again, there isn't no one person who's larger than everybody else, or even a handful of people. It's basically a community. So I know this may not have answered your question or what you were looking for, but that's just how this project works. It's not a dev. We're bigger than some degen low market cap. We are developing into a robust, high functioning community and team. Will this AMA be a regular event held by the SOLAMA team? Yes, we are trying to make this a regular event. It probably won't be weekly. Just again, we are volunteers and we have lives, and some of us have things that we want to do on the weekends. So we're gonna probably shoot for maybe every other week. It's something that's we're still in the air, but we definitely want to do this a regular event held at a regular time. So we'll see how that progresses. What are our plans for SOLAMA for now and in the future? Well, basically, we already mentioned what's coming up in the ways of partnerships, listings, and marketing. And we are working on several other projects on the side. Like I mentioned, we do want to get NFTs going up at some point, as well as other functionality within the website. And we are still working on some more listings and some marketing partnerships, as well as marketing deals. We're always working on that. In the ways of listings, we are working currently with, I believe, 3 other tier 2 listings that we're trying to negotiate the terms for. We have communication with the tier 1, but we are not going to be listing with them anytime soon. They typically have much higher market cap and trading volume requirements. So don't expect anything like that in the near future. But as mentioned, we are working on a long-term roadmap. But again, this is difficult because we're trying to think of what do we want to achieve as a community after we're listed on Binance and Coinbase. Like, what is the end goal of this product? Because we really want to figure out what is the purpose, what value can we bring to society, and from there work backwards. Whether we decide to set up a donate a llama conservatory or something. Who knows? We don't know. It's all in discussion, and we'll figure that out. The ways of long-term plans, but in the ways of short-term, we are still working on increasing the functionality of our website, increasing the community itself, working on listings, working on marketing, etc., etc. Did you want to mention anything else about what we're working on, Scaro or Brooklyn?
Just establish an identity behind SOLAMA and the future path that we want to kind of lay out. Currently, we have BingX being listed on the 7th centralized exchange, which we're about to explore. So we're just looking to continue to spread the word about SOLAMA, continue to put out marketing efforts, get on more exchanges, and just kind of keep everything out like we do.
All right, thanks. It sounds like you're outside with the birds, and the wind is making a lot of distortion. Just FYI.
Oh yeah, not bad. Yeah, I went for a little walk.
Very nice. You know what they say, touch grass, right?
Yeah. When you're staring at the charts all day, you gotta get out and touch some grass sometimes.
Exactly. Yeah. Next question is, can you support llama wildlife sustainability projects, tamers, or adopt a llama with some of your funds? Um, as I just mentioned, this is a possibility as a community goal, but that's still a little ways off. But if I do recall correctly, several members have already donated to various wildlife nonprofit organizations. I believe someone donated to Edinburgh's Wildlife Conservatory, and others have donated to charities for llamas in both Peru and the U.S. And I think there's actually a llama rehabilitation center in Colorado, if I'm not mistaken, that someone also donated to. And there's been several members who have jokingly and also not so jokingly stated that they will either buy a llama or they will basically adopt a llama from a nonprofit when we do go back to our all-time high. So individually, yes, some members of the community are doing that, and we are discussing if that's something that we want to do as long-term for the project. But right now, there's nothing set in stone. But I definitely like the idea of giving back to the llamas worldwide. What is the plan for the listing? Is there planned any new listings besides Being X? So as we mentioned, for the upcoming listings, we do have Being X coming up on May 7th, which is 10 days away from now. We are currently working on additional listings outside of that, as mentioned. They are going to be tier 2. I don't want to list any names or anything just in case the deal falls apart. But we are in active communication with additional listings to get on their exchanges. We always are. Our lead, Alexander, is always active and trying to negotiate and trying to get us on to the next one. But once we get an offer that we are happy with, we will announce that to our Telegram channel and see if we can get the community to raise a little bit of funds, and we'll go for it probably, if we all agree that we like it. What marketing strategies and plans does the team have to help develop the SOLAMA project so that it can become as famous and big as Shiba/Doge? So unfortunately, Alexander is not able to talk here. He is our marketing lead. But right now, we are currently doing a marketing strategy that is hitting up a lot of big name influencers as well as websites. Again, as I mentioned earlier today, we've already been listed this past week on Bitcoin.com, Coinpedia, and Crypto Daily, and I believe we have a few other large outlets coming out here next week. And again, we've also partnered with Whale Insider for a long-term partnership, and we've also partnered with Crypto Gems, and we are always looking for more partnerships and more influencers to contact and spread the word about Solana. And we're also nailing it with raids, by the way, with Rokin, helping us also spread the word about Solana on Twitter.
Yeah, so I want to add also, we working on new type of content for social networks or platform, and we want to expand our reach on other social platform as well. That's why we expanded the content to include video creation, but you will see everything a little later. All these things take some time, and we want also expand our presence on Instagram and TikTok and get a new collaboration with various influencers, YouTubers, and etc.
Thank you very much. Is it possible for us to list on a tier 1 sex next? So we would not recommend that because, again, I mean, it would be awesome if we could get onto a tier 1 sex next. But unfortunately, again, the way it works for sexes is the fact that they generally have some sort of threshold that you need to achieve, such as, market capping 100 million or having 10 million trading volume over so many days or have so many X followers, et cetera, et cetera. So in order for us to really hit these tier 1 sexes, we have to meet those milestones. Right now, we are not in the position to list on a sex, but we are, again, in conversation with some tier 2 sexes to basically step towards that. So the more sexes we get on, the more people we bring into Solama, the more basically utility that we provide, the more community that we grow, the larger our volume will become, the larger our market cap will become, and the more appealing we will become to these tier one sexes. So again, right now we're not going to be on a tier one next, but we hope to be on a tier one by later this year. Again, we're less than 4 months old, and we're already on 7 different exchanges. So we're making really good progress as a project. Why is the TikTok not active? So the TikTok is not active, partly because we've been having technical issues of signing back into the TikTok. I think a few days ago, we decided that we're going to create a new TikTok channel just because we've been having so many troubles getting into that account. We've decided to, I think, start a new one, and I believe we started posting content there recently. Is that correct, Roken?
Yes, it is correct.
Okay. So we are trying to be active on the socials. TikTok, we were having difficulty getting into, and we were also having difficulty getting into, I believe, Instagram and Facebook, but I believe that's been resolved, and I believe we are now posting there again. But TikTok, I think we've had to create a new one. But you should start seeing some activity there. How do we ensure the project has enough funds for future sex listings and partnerships? So, as we talked about earlier in the call, we are looking at generating some revenue streams. We are looking back at our merch store and trying to get that up and running to be profitable. And we are looking at creating other sources of revenue, like Scaro mentioned. We are looking at the trending bot, possibly a trading bot, as well as other means such as staking with Solana, helping people do that and taking a cut, maybe even being a validator. But a lot of the funds do come from the community in the ways of, they provide a little bit and then that hopefully improves their bags. But in the ways of ensuring the funds, again, because there's no tax and the token has been fully distributed, most of it is on other projects that we are working on to bring in revenue, such as the NFTs, the trading bots, etc. Did you guys want to add anything, Sparrow or Roken?
No, I mean that pretty much summed up our kind of goals for that.
All right. Next up, can we partner with YouTube influencers to shill Solama? We do. The only problem is a lot of influencers ask ridiculous amounts to be partnered with. So we are very cognizant of our funds and the reach of those funds. So we do partner with YouTube influencers if it's a good deal, if it's a good value for our money. Same thing for Twitter and other influencers. We look at our options and we determine if it's worth it or not. So if you have a YouTube influencer that you have contact with or a relationship with, feel free to forward them our way, and we would gladly work with them if their terms are not ridiculous. ¿Por qué my Spanish is not the best, but I believe you're asking why is the developer publicly promoting other tokens? That is so again, like I mentioned earlier, we have moved over to be a community project where essentially there is no one particular dev, there is no one particular owner of Solama. He is essentially a holder at this point. He does have access to our socials, and he has in the past promoted other tokens. We have talked to him about it, and he has since stated that he will no longer be using the official Solama channels to promote the tokens, but he is a holder. He is free to promote other tokens as long as he doesn't do it through the official Solama channels. Just like I am able to promote anything else I'm working on, I'm not. But I would not do it through the official Solama channels. And moving forward, he has told us that he will not do that. We have talked to him about it, And moving forward, we should not see any more cross promotions that have not been prior agreed to from the team. Again, he is a holder. He is not the dev. He's just a holder, just like you and me. We can't control what he does with his own personal accounts, nor should we be able to control what he does or what you do. Is a Solana token possible $1? Yes, we already talked about how we believe that is definitely a $1 capable. Again, not today, not tomorrow, not a month from now, but definitely within a year, we expect it to be $1. I'm not very good with German. Let me throw this into a translator. Can Solama bring a new game to the market soon? Yes, actually, we have a game developer who has joined the team recently. He has worked on a new game, and we are in the process of, I wouldn't say finalizing it, but we're in the process of developing it. It's going to be like an arcade shooter, I believe, or arcade dungeon crawl of some sort. We need to basically work on the artwork for that. And then I think we're able to start testing it. So we do have another game coming that we are going to be putting up on the website and possibly to the Google Play Store. We also do have some other ideas for other games that we want to implement and also put on the store for some, hopefully from additional revenue generating potential. Do you plan to create NFTs? We do plan to create NFTs, but the thing with NFTs is that you really need a solid strategy, a solid plan. You really need to figure out, what is the utility of these NFTs? How do we distribute the NFTs? And everything about it, how do we trade them? Like, how do we make money off of them? And is like, how do we do the marketplace, et cetera, et cetera. So we definitely do plan to do NFTs. But it is not something that we are going to be pushing out anytime soon. Again, we want these NFTs to have utility, have value, so that people want to buy them. The last thing we want to do is create NFTs and nobody wants them because they don't provide any value. So that this is definitely a work in progress that I think Scaro can talk about a little bit more since he has experience making NFTs. But yes, we definitely plan on doing it. It just won't come out anytime soon because we want to make sure that it's done correctly.
Yeah, I mean, I have plenty of experience with NFTs. Like the art mixing side of things, the actual launching of the NFT itself. I've done a lot of and have a lot of experience with. The main hurdle that we are kind of working with right now is just figuring out all the utilities that we want to offer with these NFTs. To have some kind of value add as to why you would want to buy this NFT other than just being a supporter of Solama. And so that's the biggest thing we're kind of focused and working on as far as that. And then once we kind of nail those things down, really the actual generation of them and launching them is honestly the easiest part.
Thank you. Does Gotbit always support Solama? Yeah, so Gotbit is really helping us, get connections with other listings. They're getting us in contact with them, helping us negotiate the actual listing fees and, what to expect and whatnot with them. They're also helping us do the actual market maker part. So in order to go on a listing, you need not only the funds and an account to actually have the funds held in, but normally you also need a market maker to come along with you who will basically make sure that the tokens don't dump on them on their platform or there's sufficient trading to stabilize the price across the markets. So they have been supportive of us and we are happy to stay in a partnership with them. We just actually renewed our contract with Gotbit for another few months. So we definitely plan on working with them, and we are generally happy with them. When is the team planning to sell the token? At which price? Well, first of all, again, there's 40 individual people here. I don't plan on selling at any point near, but I know some people have mentioned that they plan on selling at $1 and whatnot. Everybody has their own timeline. Everybody has their own investment strategy. I can't answer this question, unfortunately, just again, because everyone's different and has their own strategy. And there's 40 different people. There's no one person that has a massive amount, really, of the token. Now, you may have noticed that one of the team members did dump a fair amount recently. Based off of his prior experience, he will not dump the remaining amount, even if it hits the all-time high. But everyone else on the team has not dumped at all and do not plan on selling anytime soon. And in fact, most of us are actually smart and don't plan on dumping at all. A lot of us have really small set points, sell points, all the way up to our goals. So there, again, I can't answer this for everybody. Everybody has a different goal. Everyone has a different target. But I plan on holding for a long time. Deadline on when the game will be available on the App Store. So the game is currently on our website, and I will admit no one has taken up this initiative to put it on the App Store, but that is something that we should now be pushing, especially now that we have the solama.com domain. I mean, if we can get a little bit of revenue, might as well. And it shouldn't be that difficult. So I'll mark this down as an action item. But hopefully it'll be up here in the coming weeks. When bits get, sir? When moon? I don't know. Again, these things take time. We do have an offer from them. We don't really like the offer. We are trying to negotiate the offer. I believe it's BitGet that we have the offer from. But we are in negotiations, I believe, with BitGet about listing with them. So to be determined. The community wants the dev to only focus on Solama. Let's regain trust. Will it be possible? Again, like I mentioned several times, we are a team of about 40 people working on this. He is just a holder at this point, has been only a holder for months now, essentially. This project is more than one person. Its project is more than just a handful of us too. We're all pushing this. We're all trying to get it to move forward. Unfortunately, we probably won't be able to get the person in question to only focus on Solama. He is free to do what he wants to do. Again, he is a holder. There's unfortunately nothing we can really do to do that. But we have mentioned to him that Solama really has the most potential out of everything else that he's working on. Just need him to realize that. But again, he is just a holder, just like any one of you. There's 40 plus people working on this project. He's just a small piece. Support from Holland. Let me get a translator out. I think Solama will be a sensation for 2024. I am positive and grateful. Thank you very much. I am very positive and very grateful to be here as well. And I'm very grateful that you're here. So thank you very much. I'm glad you're here for the ride. I'm really looking forward to what comes next over the next year.
I mean, what better name for a Solana meme coin than Solama?
I mean, it's a gem.
When the alt season really hits, I think it's really going to attract a lot of attention.
Yeah, I am only in one meme coin really, and that's this for the most part. I mean, it's just too good. The name's too good, and the team that I'm working with is also just phenomenal. Like the skills and everything that they have and what we have planned is just amazing. So glad you're here. Just another Netherlands. So I advertise Solama every day in Europe, in the Netherlands. Are you thinking about a reward system for holders and for people who help you just like me? So basically, we do normally run these competitions in which if you follow the rules that are laid out, there is a chance that you do get some financial recognition paid out in either Sol or Solama. So I would recommend continuing to stay active on the socials and to participate in these competitions. But at the end of the day, we're all here working for each other's bags. So the more you promote Solama, the more you help your bag. The more I help market, the more I help worth these listings and promote Solama, the more I help your bags. So we're all in this together. We're all helping each other, increase the value of the project. And thank you very much for your support. I really appreciate it. Any plans on adding stuffed llama to the merch store? I don't think so, but that is a fantastic idea.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea.
I'm writing that down. And we're starting to run out of time, but we're also only have a few more questions. So let's try to get 2 more here. Any chance, Solama, to start doing animation skits like other memes are doing? Yes. So we are actually working on trying to get more video memes and other content out here soon as well. We do like what other projects are doing, particularly like Punky. We're trying to do a lot of additional animation skits similar to what they're doing. And all right, and we only have about 5 minutes left, so I do want to be cognizant of your guys' time. So I know I've still got a few more questions here, but we're going to leave it at that. This basically does conclude our first AMA. Hopefully you have enjoyed it and it was informative for you. Whatever the result, if this was good or bad, please let us know so we can improve. Regardless, hopefully the next one will go smoother and be of higher quality. And, we'll be constantly trying to improve as we go. And I do want to leave with you guys with this. For any investment, you really need to figure out a strategy to get in and a strategy to get out. Put that strategy in place and you won't have to watch the charts every day because your strategy is already in place. It's not about timing the market. It's all about time in the market. If you just try to time the market without insider information, you're probably going to get wrecked. And if you try to join in by jumping back and forth or try to win by jumping back and forth, you'll also probably get wrecked. So my recommendation, in general, you can do this for all of your memes, is pretty much just settle in with a good strategy and just join the ride. Investments will naturally go up, will naturally go down over time. Crypto assets will do that even much more extremes. But the games are also generally more extreme as well. So if you're here and you're in the crypto meme space, you're probably going to have even more extremes, both positive and negative. And most of this is outside of anyone's control. Like if BTC all of a sudden dumps, no matter what we have going on, the price here is going to dump. If the price pumps, for BTC price pumps, we're likely going to pump. It's out of our control for the most part. But we are going to do what we can. We're going to push the project forward with, sexes, with partnerships, with marketing, with coming up with, new games and other things that we can do to really build a community and build a reason for being here and holding on to the asset. And so, if you were dealing with a real world asset like a stock, you'd be happy with a gain of 15% in a whole year. We can make these types of gains on a daily basis, but we can also lose them on a daily basis. The trend for the whole year is generally up, and I do expect Solama to go up as well, especially with the things that we've got cooking, the project that we got going, and the community that we have here. I'm very grateful to have these things, and I do look forward to continuing this amazing ride with all of you. Did you have anything else, Scaro or Roku?
That was beautifully put. Yeah, it was. I think this is a great AMA, and look forward to the future ones that we'll have.
Perfect. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. Have a great day. I hope to see you in the next one. We'll try to let you guys know as soon as we do of when the next one will be. Like I mentioned, we're probably going to shoot for every other week at this time, and hopefully make this a consistent thing. Because again, we want to communicate with you, and we want to hear back from you as well if you're not in the Telegram, because we know you're not all there, and we want to be able to support you guys and grow as a community. So again, thank you very much. Have a great weekend, and look forward to catch you on the next one.